Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Dare Commando, Deadeye, Deadeye chosen. Sounds good. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that for. Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Finding things both here and there. That's the good stuff. Look, an emergency box from the... That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress, blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Nothing like a little exercise. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Chop it up. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. Looks valuable. That'll come in handy.
Ja, Jumaua, Vunko, Vuntubu.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
Kotuvun ko kumvunkonu, beboko kontabe.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Ewe bobuye.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Tolidrea ya maoloa. Bubuko vun yunvun.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Ewe bobuye.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Towavu ilfov uguvuhu vobra bum.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Towavu weta gono.
It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he